Morning and welcome to We Got Options radio show with the doctor and son, a show about maintaining our overall mental health and wellness. This morning, we would like to thank everyone for listening, and we would like to just say that we have a very special guest with us today. And our special guest will really give us some golden nuggets and some good things that we need to know when it comes down to getting back in the swing of things post-COVID with travel. Today, we are so honored and happy to have Cynthia Jordan with us. She is a travel consultant with her own company. She's the CEO of OSJourneys. And with her being here today, I am so proud to introduce her to everyone. And Cynthia, tell us all about the new way of traveling now since we're post-COVID and how that is going to be, of course, a big part of us getting back on track in life and realizing that, just like prior to COVID, pre-COVID, we were trying to figure out how to start traveling and how to make sure that we're living our best lives, and also making sure that we take a break from our busy working lives sometimes just to make sure that we were keeping our mental health in check. So with that being said, Cynthia, what can we expect out there starting to get back in the swing of things with travel?
Well, thank you, Doctor. I first want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your show. For the Doctor and Son, brought to you by WDRB. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is absolutely an honor. And let me tell you something. I'm just so grateful travel is back. For the last 2 years, we have been cooped up in our house, in our apartment, stressed out, anxiety, everything, because we couldn't go nowhere. No trains, planes, cars. We couldn't do anything except stay in our home. We couldn't even hug or embrace anybody.
Absolutely.
And this is just the basic human rights. Just, I want to hug you and just give you a kiss just to say hi. And I can't even do that, So it really just made such a difference in how we do things. Even now, and people are still very distant. Yes. Because I think it really kind of done a number on all of us. So I think that now that COVID is pretty much, we're seeing the tail end of it. COVID hasn't gone away completely. It's going to be with us now. It's going to be kind of like the common flu, if you will. Yes. It hasn't gone away. But the beautiful thing is borders are now open.
Yes.
And I tell you what, where people have been, I need to get out the house. We were on lockdown. We were imprisoned in our own home.
You were.
So now it's like, guess what? We're free. We're breaking free. We can come out of our home. And now the world is opened. So everyone is like breathing again.
Yes.
And it is so great, and it just made a difference. And again, for everyone's mental health and wellness, they have to travel to get out, Absolutely. And some people are like, well, you know what? After COVID, being laid off or, all these things that has happened, it's taken me a while to dig myself out. Absolutely. But guess what? It starts with one small travel at a time.
Absolutely.
And you don't always have to go international. Guess what? You can stay right in your very backyards. Yes. You can take that road trips. So I always say to everybody, you know what? Get out and do something as long as you keep moving.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Moving is the key. Yes.
Right. Absolutely. So the beautiful thing is, look, the world has opened up again. Yes. And they are just begging everyone to come back. And guess what? Where business was shut down because no one couldn't go, we were dormant for a couple of years because there wasn't anywhere to go. Now people, it's like, they need to get out.
Yes.
When you have the winter months, it's like, I don't care where I go. It's winter, shoveling snow. I want to get out there. I want to skinny dip. I want to tan. I want to do what I need to sun my buns.
Yes, exactly.
Just get me somewhere. So now it's back. People are traveling in droves.
Really?
They are absolutely. It has picked up so much.
Yes.
Everyone has now been busy. People probably even if they try to call the airlines, the cruise lines, and there's long hold times because what's happened, although travel's back, things haven't gone back to normal 100%. So when they call some of these establishments, there's long hold times because they're trying to bring back the staff,
Yes.
So, but the good thing is we're going to talk about travel and how we can get you back out there and just to enjoy everything that we have going on.
Absolutely. We are so looking forward to that. That is going to be a big part, I think, of us really making sure that we are keeping our mental health and our wellness in check, because those are things that a lot of times I usually tell people that, you don't think about that whole movement part until COVID actually happened and we
Yes.
were on lockdown, that we realized that, oh my goodness, I can't go to the grocery store. I can't, just moving around in our normal, like you said, right in our backyards. Those were things that we couldn't do. So, less known, just taking a trip out of the state, or down to see our moms and dads and things like that. So yeah, a
Right.
lot of that is now coming back. And with, like you said, with COVID, of course, we did see a lot of mental health issues and a lot of concerns, because we
Yes,
realized that, again, we were in prison in our own homes and it was hard for us.
it
So
was
yes.
indeed. And on top of that, those people who suffer from SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, on
Yes.
top of COVID, it
Mm-hmm.
was dramatic. It was
Gotcha.
dramatic. But you know
Absolutely.
what? We're going to get you traveling.
Oh yes, sounds great. We are going to get we're going to get everyone traveling again. Yes, we are. All right. So what we're going to do now is just go to a commercial break and hear from our sponsors. And we're back with We Got Options with the Doctor and Son radio show. And today we're here with our special guest, Miss Cynthia Jordan, and we're talking about travel and kind of getting back into the groove of things, since we're coming back from, well, not coming back. Well, I guess we are coming back.
Yes.
From COVID, pre-COVID,
Yes.
now to post-COVID. Like I said,
Right.
like you said, it's not going anywhere, but it's here, and we're learning how to deal with it in many different ways. And in every industry, we're learning how to work through and cope with the fact, like that we have COVID here, and we're just moving forward, opening the world back up. And so, basically, with everything that has gone on in the past 2 or 3 years, I, of course, am very happy that the world is open and we can travel again.
Yes. Yeah, and you know what? This is the first thing I'm going to tell people. If you don't have a passport,
Mhm.
even if you haven't planned, even if you haven't got any plans yet for international, get yourself a passport. That is priority, whatever you do. Because
Mhm.
once you have that passport, guess what? You're going to absolutely use it. You know,
Yes.
so we want you to start thinking, to get out there. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the different types of travel. Now, the true fact: the world is a book, and
Mhm.
those who do not travel read only one page.
Got you.
You
Okay.
know, so having said that, the thing about travel is not just a matter of just getting away just for mind, body, and soul. You could be curious about how the other people live.
Mhm.
You cannot appreciate where you come from until you've gone on a different side of the world, you know.
Exactly.
And I always say, you know what, you want to vive la difference,
Oh,
live the difference, live, breathe it, different cultures, the food. Oh, just so much that you have to offer.
mhm.
Whether you want the Caribbean, you want mountains,
Yes.
skiing, you
Mhm.
want to climb Mount Everest, you want to go on these amazing cruises, the Mediterranean, South America, North America, anywhere you want to go, Africa safari.
Yes.
And let me tell you something, right? I think that life is about wonder. You've
Mhm.
got to live your best life. And by
Yes.
living your best life, you want to explore.
Agreed. Yes.
You want to
Absolutely.
explore and just to see what everyone else is doing. So let me tell you a little bit about different types of journeys, because you'd be surprised.
Okay.
Okay. And for example, the different types of travelers we have. We got like cultural tours, like eco tours, leisure tours, religious tours, even backpacking. And this is great for students, and especially when they're doing, studying abroad, they backpack and go to all these different places, especially when they're in Europe.
Yes.
It's so much easier to do. You've got business tours, educational tours, and people out there celebrating for all types of reasons.
Mhm.
Um, you got your honeymoons,
Yes.
anniversaries,
Yes.
you're celebrating your birthdays,
Mhm.
hen night and stag nights. Well, that's an English term,
Okay.
right? Because bachelorette,
Mhm.
right, is
Yeah.
our hen night, and bachelor night is the stag night.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So you got all those that you can celebrate. Shoot, people are even celebrating divorces.
Yes, they are.
I absolutely, and people just celebrating just life in general, just getting away from it. So sometimes, you got all these things, graduation, family reunions, and I always say people just want a dirty retreat.
Yes.
And when I say a dirty retreat, what happens in Vegas stays in
Stays
Vegas.
in Vegas. There we go. Yes, absolutely.
So absolutely. So there's all types of vacations, so people are like, okay, well, how do I really get back into it? You
Mhm.
know, or it's just so expensive. Well, let me tell you something. There's so many different packages out there. And
Mhm.
for example, where the cruises got hit so badly,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, they got so many great packages and incentives for people to come back in,
Mhm.
to cruise. Even to say, hey, you know what, we're only just asking for example, $100 deposit down, and then you can pay off it as you go along.
Yes.
A lot of these packages allows you to pay for your vacation as you go along.
Mhm.
So what I want people to think is that if there's a special vacation that they want, they don't, even if they don't do it in the next couple of months, just say, if it's that big vacation, you can say, you know what, this time 2024, I
Mhm.
always wanted to go, I don't know, Malaysia, Africa, you
Mhm.
know, and South America, anywhere you wanted to go.
Yes.
You can start planning for it now, and it only takes just a small amount, you
Yes.
know, but you start planning from the get-go. you know.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and how we can actually get started. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I think that would be amazing because I think, yeah, like you said, there's so many different types of trips that you can go on that people are realizing that, oh my goodness, I'm sitting here. Like I said, COVID was one of those things that really got a lot of people. We were sitting here like, will we ever travel again? And yes, we will travel again, but now there are just different ways that we're going to be able to do it. And like you said, a lot of different uh specials out there to help us get out there. That's amazing right now. That I think I always tell everyone that we're living in such an amazing time to be doing anything at this point because the world is
oh,
changing.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the world is changing. So with that, we're going to go to a commercial break and we will be back after these messages. And thanks for tuning back in to We Got Options with the Doctor and Son radio show. Today we're going to get ready to wrap things up a little bit here, but we are talking with Cynthia Jordan, and she is a travel consultant with her own travel company, and it is called OSJourneys. She is the CEO. So Cynthia, the quick question I have here for, before we get into wrapping everything up here is wanting to know, so when you say travel consultant, what is it that you will do for our people to get us back out in the travel world?
No, absolutely. And let me tell you something, because people sometimes say, hey, well, isn't that the same as a travel agent? And you know what? It really isn't.
Okay.
And there is a big difference, and I'll tell you why. So if I had to say what's the difference between a travel agent and a consultant, in the past,
Mm-hmm.
travel agents were agents for the airlines and the hotels. And at the time, consumers couldn't book travel on their own. You
Oh,
know, they
okay.
answered calls, booked the trip for their clients requested, and
Mm-hmm.
essentially served as order takers. Now, our company, we are consultants. And with consultants, it's relying on personal knowledge and destination and experience. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I had traveled the world.
Yes.
So when we're talking about destinations, it's coming from a place of experience. So we actually consult. And when I say that, not one shoe size fits everybody. So whenever you're coming to me to plan a trip, right, I'm going to be consulting and ask you many questions, whether you're going to be taking a vacation that costs $2,000 or $20,000. I am going to give you a vacation that will complement your budget. Now, having said that, okay, when you're talking about trips, if I'm going to say, hey, no, where do you want to go on your trip? And it's a multi-generational trip,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's a parent, a grandparent, a children. Okay, well, let's talk about this. You might want a vacation where you might want spa services. Your spouse may want golf.
Yeah.
Oh, you got teenagers, or you might have little ones. So guess what? We're going to find the right destination that's going to complement and give you the best vacation for everybody, but that also complements your budget. Okay. So we're also going to be talking about, well, what type of accommodations do you like? Yeah. Not everyone likes a holiday, and not everyone likes the Four Seasons. Everything is dependent on your budget. Okay. You might want something very quintessential. You know, you might want like boutique style. And again, some people, they come to me, they would, you know, they could be historians. They might like those beautiful, like antiquated buildings with that, you know, very nice facade and that quintessential experience. If they're going to London, my hometown, by the way, you know, where we do have our high tea, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm still waiting for my invitation from the royal family. I'm yet to get that.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
But this is what we do. So not only that we're consulting, we also want them to, when they're going away, it's not just about where they stay, but we want them to get involved in the destination itself, because where you travel is what makes the destination, is off the beaten path. You know, if I was going to say to you, let's say, for example, I've taken you to Paris or South Africa or something. Hey, simply, I want somewhere great to eat. I'm not going to give you mediocre. I ain't going to let you go where the locals go, because that's the true essence of that quintessential experience. You want that cultural type of value.
Absolutely.
You know, this is what I'm going to give you. You know?
Oh, yes.
Yes, and this is what makes that destination. You know, so I just want to enthrall you right into the culture and the cuisine and all the beautiful sightseeing, but also what the locals do. Absolutely. That's what makes your destination. You know, so that's where we come into play. So when I say we consult, this is exactly what we do. You know, so especially if I have an idea of your budget, we're going to make it work for you, because I don't care if you spend $2,000 or you're spending $20,000 with me or more. I ain't going to give you that type of experience.
Yes.
That's going to work for you. And when you come back, it's not just going to be a vacation. I'm making lifetime memories. And I just want to feel that our company just plays a very small part in that area for you, because I just get a real good satisfaction just knowing that, you know, I can experience the world through your eyes.
Oh, lovely.
So, and especially if it's the first time you're cruising, the first time you're going to a destination or a beach. And let me tell you something, people, I don't care if you've never traveled international before. So I tell you why, there's a first time for everything.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? It starts from day one.
Yeah.
So whether you're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, you've never traveled, even better. Because you know what? This is the time you're going to do it. COVID is over. Let's get started.
Oh, yes.
And that's the way we're going to do. We want to get you moving. We want to get you walking. We want to get you exploring and just moving those boundaries. Live life. Vive le different. Don't stay one place. Get moving. Where do you want to go? What's on your bucket list? Tell me.
Yes.
When's your next celebration?
Yes.
What is it that you want to do? Let's make it happen.
Oh, I love it.
We can make it happen. Don't stop there. Don't ever think I cannot. Yes, you can.
Absolutely. Well, tell us, how can we get in contact with you to be able to make this happen and get out here and start traveling? What should our audience know? What should our viewers know?
Right, absolutely. Well, first of all, I do want to just give you ways that you can contact me, and it's just very easy. On my website, OSJourneys.com, and OSJourneys is our special journey. OSJourneys, okay? My Instagram, OSJourneys. We're making it easy for you. And my number, 704-751-9057, is all on my website. And like I said, we do everything from communions to specialize in honeymoons, in destination weddings. By the way, I had a destination wedding. Loved it.
Lovely.
You know? And 27 years later, and it's just me and my husband in a beautiful Bermuda. I am all for destination weddings.
Absolutely.
You know, they are the best. So we arrange all those as well. And then listen, if you want to go to the Caribbean. I can get you married all within that same weekend.
All right. I love
So
it.
if
I
your
love
if your
it.
other half is on the fence, well, guess what? Leave it with me. You'll be married when you get back.
There you go. I like that. Yes. I know a lot of women love to hear that one.
Right,
Yes.
absolutely. So anything that you're looking to plan, girls trip, boys trip, any type of special occasion, business occasions,
Yes.
we can help you with everything that you need,
Awesome.
and we do everything for you.
I
Um,
love it. I
right,
love it. I
the
love
air, the hotels, the accommodations, the tours, conference, we put it all together for you.
I love that. I love that. So thank you so much for being a part of our show. We are so happy that you came and gave us this good information about travel. And we are going to thank our viewers and our listeners again for tuning in with us this week for We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. Make sure that you tune in next week for our 8:30 a.m. Friday morning show, We Got Options with the Doctor and Son. See you next time. This message is brought to you by Green McElwain Foundation. The Green McElwain Foundation organization is having a high tea charitable society event on June 24th, July 22nd, and August 26th. If you are interested in attending to mingle and network with like-minded people, you can contact www.greenmcilwainfoundation.org, or you can send an email to lsmcilwain@gmail.com. That is LSMCILWAINE at gmail.com for further information.